to the PPO. It's just one of those things that I think a lot of people don't know about, and it just kind of slips through. But from correct health plan administration, when you get an employee who gets married, or they want to add a baby because a baby's been born, or they adopt, they have a right to switch health plans. So under any of the HIPAA special enrollment rules, not only can I add, but I can move. So, and I know most of you aren't going to believe that. So if you need further documentation, it's in your manual, but just because it's in the manual doesn't mean it's right. But I wouldn't put it in the manual if it wasn't in the regulations. So you might go back and talk to people and go, hey, he said this on this thing that says when people get married, they can switch from the HMO to the PPO. Have you ever heard of that before? And I bet most people are going to say, no, I didn't know they could do that. But they can. So you see what the HIPAA is designed, like I said earlier, it's designed not only to give you and I coverage, it's designed to get us the best coverage that we need to keep ourselves insured. It's not up to you, my employer, to decide what's best for me and my new spouse and my new baby. It's up to us as a family to decide what health plan we want. Now remember, so don't confuse this. If I'm an active employee who takes the HMO, and then in the middle of the year I just come in and say, hey, I want to switch to the PPO, the answer is no. But if there's that HIPAA special enrollment, then the answer would be yes. Here's that coordination between these federal statutes again. This also applies to a COBRA, quote, participant. Let's say you had a guy leave and you offered him COBRA continuation coverage under the HMO, because that's what he had. He elects and buys back the HMO. 5 months into his COBRA timeline, he gets married. He wants to add his wife to his, quote, COBRA continuation coverage. Can he add her? Yes. Can he also switch from the HMO to the PPO at that time under COBRA? The answer is yes. That's not a COBRA law. That's the HIPAA statute coordinating with COBRA. So, there's a lot of little nuances there. And again, if you hear something today that goes against what your training has been, doesn't mean I'm right, you're wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. It just means we need to look at it. So give us a call, send us an email if you need backup on any of those things. So as you can see, HIPAA is a lot deeper than just, in the old days, HIPAA certificates of coverage. By the way, I also sent you, because technically effective January 1st of this year, the Department of Labor said that those HIPAA certificates, the pieces of paper that you used to give to people when they would leave your company, and the reason that you gave somebody a HIPAA certificate was because of pre-existing conditions, is that they could take that HIPAA certificate and present it to a new employer, and if that employer had a pre-existing condition, then they would reduce their pre-X because you were covered by another plan. But as effective January 1st of 2015, since no individual or group plan can contain a pre-existing condition clause, the DOL said effective January 1st of 2015, you do not have to provide HIPAA certificates of coverage anymore. Well, that's nutsy cuckoo, because everything that I just went through doesn't have anything to do with pre-existing conditions. It deals with the portability rules of COBRA that allow you to gain insurance, move around.